Everybody, good evening. I'm here with Ching. She's asked me to send a message out, as opposed to the Yang Gang and to everybody out there. First of all, if you're not within the Yang Gang, if you don't call yourself Yang Gang, why not? We're talking about a candidate with the most revolutionary policy of anybody to step forward and ask for a nomination in probably 100 years. A universal basic income, $1,000 a month, is something that's going to ultimately be necessary before long. We're going to have truck driving jobs, retail sector jobs due to Amazon. We're going to have call center jobs and a variety of other jobs that automated away. And we're going to be left with about 70% of the jobs that we have now. If you're worried about the middle class being hollowed out as it is, then you're not going to even want to think about what things are going to be like within the next 10 years when, according to the Brookings Institute, 25% of American jobs are going to go away. And I understand if your top priority is climate or racial justice or economic justice of any variety. But guess what? It is as clear as anything in the social sciences that environmental policies get pushed to the back burner during an environmental recession. So if we care about the environment, what we need to do is ensure that everybody knows where the next meal is going to come from, because that puts people into a mind frame where they can actually think a few days forward. Right now, people are not in that mind frame in the United States. I think somewhere around 70% of Americans currently cannot afford a surprise $500 expense. That means that we are living with a mindset of scarcity, okay? Everybody is, paranoid, trying to get theirs, and if we can get that pressure off of their backs, so much more is going to become possible. I'm not saying that we should wait in terms of climate change. I'm just saying that this is strategy that's going to allow us to achieve more from a perspective of environmental sustainability than any administration has accomplished in at least 50 years. Next, if you care about racial justice, we also know it's also abundantly clear in social sciences that the first person and the worst person hit by economic downturns are people of color. So these problems are coming at us. They're right around the corner. There's only one candidate talking about it. It's Andrew Yang. Now, if you're already in the Yang Gang, if you've already been listening to him and realized that this is a different kind of politician, this is somebody who is offering us a wholly different kind of politics, then I'm so glad about that. But the inconvenient truth is, if you want him to be the next president, you're going to need to work for it. Okay? I just ran 6.37 miles in the freezing rain. Literally, trees were turned into popsicles, okay, with my flag that says YouTube Andrew Yang on one side, and on the other side it says running to win, Yang 2020. I'm running 500 miles in the early states carrying this flag to let people know that Yang's serious and that he's won over our hearts and our minds. Now he just needs our votes. Okay? So I'm doing everything that I can. Literally, I'm extending my body to its limits. I want to ask you to come out and help us. Hundreds, no, probably thousands of Yang Gang from around the country have come into Iowa. We've got 4 early states. They are distributed throughout the entire U.S. We've got Nevada, South Carolina, New Hampshire, and Iowa. So if you can't come out to Iowa, there's at least one of those 4 that you can manage to get up to for a weekend or two to knock some doors. Because all we have to do is put boots on the ground to knock doors. Andrew Yang is the easiest thing to sell that any door-to-door salesman has ever, had the opportunity to pitch. The man just talks sense, and he's genuine, and he's got a good heart, and he's got the best policies. So if we can just knock enough doors, it's almost a certainty that we can get him into the White House. All right? So I want to leave you with this thought. I want to ask you to think how hard you would work for a $48,000 bonus. Okay? Because that's what you're gonna get through 4 years of $1,000 a month. And then, how hard would you work to give that $48,000 bonus to every American in the country? We can do it. It's gonna change people's lives in an extraordinary way. We just have to fight for it. That's all I got for you. Thanks.